MetLife Stadium here in Rutherford, New Jersey. A fitting setting indeed, the home of the course, and that in itself something to savour in the months ahead. And obviously such excitement to see some of the biggest names in Atletico have been working hard, but as we always hear at this time of the year, there is no substitute for from all his teammates there. That's a good touch. And not the only injury concern, as you will short. Koke captains Atletico. Sergio Ramos once more. Asensio, who may struggle to play any part in the campaign ahead following the knee injury sustained against Arsenal. Now over, it appears. Kieran Trippier, Hermoso and Renan Lodi are asked to kick back home, but this should not inconvenience these players. Superstars on both sides. The first ever Madrid are making his mark. It was shifted right to Diego Costa. And Atletico have scored within 43 seconds here. Talk about being caught cold in the heat. Real Madrid nowhere, and Atletico lead 1-0.
Well, that's it. They lost a challenge on the halfway line now. You talk about Diego Simeone. His teams are so fired up, and we've been chatting about it before the game kicked off. They're
a fairly rocky pre-season so far, one way and another. Here's young Odriozola.
Well, Morata does brilliant. The ex-Real Madrid player, who I think should never have been sold. That's a free kick. Paul alongside Sergio Ramos. He gets sent off in the game, and he hasn't had a particularly good tournament so far for me.
Times last season when one suspected that Zinedine Zidane really wanted to get Vinicius Junior in the side ahead of Bale.
It's scoring goals now. Look at this.
Saul has got it. And it's two. And João Felix weighs in with a goal for his new club. A fabulous start to his Atletico Madrid career. There's one thing to score in that famous jersey, but to do it against the famous all-white makes it all right. Finding João Felix again! Courtois in goal, throws his arms wide and says, I need a bit of help here, guys. They could clear of Saul's challenge. Vinicius Junior, Jovic is well picked up at the moment, and there was nuts
over the top. He's onside.
It's another race for Ramos to get back onside. Such a poor touch. And as Jerry rightly said, they were very, very slow to start against Arsenal.
I just think the shape of the Atletico Madrid team and players is much, much better than Morata. Correa is a flying machine.
And somebody they really believe in.
Angel Correa is
so looking a player in the great tradition of Lamar. Deflection full all round the field from Atletico, and Eden Hazard. Well,
and he's coming to a big club now.
But what about the understanding between these two boys down the left? This is a very promising development, even this early, for Atletico, with Ramos kept his arms by his side. It's nicely done by Koke, brilliantly done. And it's three. Oh, it's fantastic. They can't stop themselves from scoring. Correa's in this time.
Oh, what a goal.
Koke so very... and Courtois beaten again.
Well, I did say to you, when this young boy comes on, Angel Correa, he is a flat
to put in place as a kind of a system for this season.
Honestly, don't know. And I looked at the team and I saw 5 midfield players and 1 striker up front. And
Vinicius Junior didn't wait for Odriozola this time, and Oblak took one there, and he got a strong hand on the ball.
Well, it's Jovic, I think, trying to get on the end of it, which he's entitled to. It was a great ball in, and it's a 50-50. The goalkeeper, Oblak, is very, very brave. I think Jovic has just stuck his foot out, trying to get a contact on it. And what about Sergio Ramos and Marcelo? And they're not playing well at all.
That was quite agricultural from Ramos, wasn't it?
Oh, Nacho getting sent off, they were all over the place, but he needs to find a little bit of rhythm, and he knows that. He's coming from a deep position, nobody picks him up. Look at that pass, it's awful.
Saul won it back, and here we go again, and it's 4. And this is actually becoming embarrassing for Real Madrid.
Well, it's easy for Saul, because if you anticipate and you want to get to the ball before the opposition and they're in second gear, they're going to have chance after chance, and they can score at will. 4-0. This is going to be a huge defeat.
Diego Costa.
But only he knows how badly injured he was, you know. I mean, there's certain players.
Lamar. It's a good one. Sharp stop from Courtois, completely unchallenged. Was it Savic who went for it?
Yeah, and this is awful. He has nobody to compete, but everybody who plays for Atletico Madrid has to compete. I said that to you, Paul. Simper, and they bring passion to that. There's a push in the
Benzema.
back. Push in the back.
Odriozola got to it.
Fine. As if they haven't got the key to open the lock.
From a long way out, Vinicius Junior, and before tonight, and here's Kieran Trippier arriving in the box. It's a great ball by Trippier,
wow.
And it should again be 5.
Oh, fabulous ball, Kieran Trippier. I tell you, that was different class. Lamar would be disappointed
with an injury.
Yeah. Well, it was his left knee, as I made the point, and
quite clearly something wrong. Something was amiss, and everybody was nearly.
Carvajal's going to end up getting in instead of. Oh!
That's a bit more like it, and Oblak gets a lucky back off the post. Vinicius Junior hit the post, but he couldn't squeeze it into the net, which is what Real Madrid. Koke couldn't collect it. Isco has it briefly.
And he won the free kick. Well done.
Atletico's goalkeeper. This is not a misprint, incidentally. If you've been out on Friday night, coming back, maybe had 1 or 2 refreshers. Again, he took a long time to hit it. Eden Hazard, he doesn't want to switch onto his right the way he would. New name to so many over here. Not for much longer. Diego Costa went over. It might be a penalty. It is a penalty. Costa down beats Courtois, and Real Madrid would rather be anywhere else right now. It's Real Madrid 0. "33 times last."
I don't know if they're not training properly or what they're doing wrong, but they have to pick themselves up. On fraud to throw that.
Just beyond Benzema, Luka Modric.
What happened?
Player flattened in the Real Madrid a distant third with 68 and likely to go 6 behind in this game. They are 6 behind. He just cannot stop scoring tonight. Diego Costa has done it again.
4 goals. He has found his form. He is on cloud 9. Honestly, every time he gets the ball, he looks like he's going to score.
This is the Diego Costa we saw at Chelsea. Found Marcelo. Marcelo goes for the spectacular.
Well, it has to be spectacular because he's surrounded by red and white. Just look at the shape, 4-4-2. You can see the shape of them there, and they close. Look, there's 2 players, always 2 players. In the 15-16 games he played for Atletico Madrid on loan, but he can improve on that. I think he's got a lot of.
Here's Marcelo. Still alive here. Briefly. Felix. He was away again there, wasn't he?
Espanyol playing central defence, and he's good on the ball, and his international career at the top for Diego Costa shows good pace.
He's loving it here tonight, looking complete. Eden Hazard. That's a bit more like it from Hazard, and they get one back. Real Madrid. The last touch might have been by Nacho.
I don't think he knew too much about it. It hit him rather than him putting the ball in the net. And it was good play from Eden Hazard. That's a really positive attacking role he's shown there on the left-hand side, Paul, and he needed it, and Real Madrid needed it.
That was a moment, a glimpse of the real Eden Hazard. So fantastic. Hazard not giving up on it, and credits to him for that. This is the same Gareth Bale who we were told all through today will bound to get feisty.
Challenge.
It always.
And Koke, I think, and Danny, but he's got red.
We're going to go with red. I said it because I sensed it could happen, Jerry.
No, he was the one I talked to you about 3 or 4 years ago. Went off on a sabbatical to Bayer
Transfer for a player who just gives you everything every week. This is a fabulous run forward, and it's an even better finish to make it 7-1 for Atletico Madrid. There's no end to this. Navas got nowhere near it. Another special goal tonight from Atletico Madrid.
Well, it's Vitolo who's a sub, who's only been on, what, 3 or 4 minutes, and he's a class player. He's a left.
Lucas Vazquez. Rodrigo's cross wasn't a bad one, and Gareth Bale was in there. That Real Madrid just wish this was over, but there's more punishment to come. To echo your point, you know, the team season before concede again. He does concede again.
Well, this 2-2 the second half. They lost the first half 5-0, but he'll say we drew.
Deflection on the cross, all along the goal line and turned in. It's another one for Real Madrid.
Wow, that's fantastic.
This evening to Real Madrid. And right on 90 minutes, the referee calls it off. And a little glimpse tonight of this young man, João Felix, and the extraordinary potential.